Hi, welcome to Scarecrow Video's 2020 YouTube live stream, Telethon.
Happy International Video Store Day.
Yeah, normally we're doing things a little different this year because we can't have a bunch of people in the store. Normally this is a big, huge party for us, and we get, you know, tons of people in the store, and it's fun. We have DJs and stuff.
Live music, but, you know, 2020.
Yeah, you guys know. You know what's going on. But, so we're doing a live stream telethon instead, and we're going to be on all day. We have a lot of cool programming coming up. We're going to be here doing stuff that's fun, hopefully.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of stuff that we're going to be plugging for sale, but you can also click below. There's links below to donate, and also takes you to our website, which gives you a whole bunch of other options. There's some fun stuff online, only sales and stuff on there too.
Yeah, we have a ton of sales, great stuff. Check it out. We have a bunch of stuff that's only online. We go to our website and go to our shop there. You can pick up some goodies for yourself or your friends or your family, because, you know, everyone deserves a present right now, I think.
Absolutely.
Right? This year has been kind of a stinker.
And I mean, honestly, like, we're kind of a present to everybody who's watching, I feel like.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I mean, I don't know. You're welcome. Thanks. But thanks for watching. And also, for those of you who somehow tuned in and don't know what the deal is with us, we're Scarecrow Video. We are the largest video store in the world, and we have been a nonprofit for
6 years.
6 years.
Since 2014. We've been in existence since 1988, which is crazy. That's almost 32 years. I was born in
a lot of years.
So, yeah. So we've been a nonprofit since 2014.
Wait, is the store older than you?
It's 1 year older than me.
Wow.
So yeah. I'm just so young. Yeah, we've been a nonprofit since 2014, and luckily, thanks to everyone in our community and all over the world, really, we've had the support it takes to secure our collection and keep it accessible to everybody.
Yeah, we're not only like the largest video store in the world, but we're like the largest movie collection kind of in the world.
Yes.
So, you know, we're not, it's curated, but not in a way that we're exclusive. You know, we like everything.
We have everything from The Room to Mean Girls to, you know, really obscure 1920s silent movies to literally everything. Right now we're in the Western and War section.
Yeah, we'll be here in the Westerns and War section all day.
Because that has the best lighting.
We'll also be touring around the store, showing some of our new sections that we have in the store, some of our favorite sections, maybe some fun stuff, probably our Halloween section. It is October, so a lot of the programming today is horror-themed.
Which we love here at Scarecrow. Horror is a big deal for us.
Yeah. And so, and speaking of which, well, actually, before we get to that, let's plug a few things that we have for sale today only. Here is our Today shirt. I don't know how well that's picking up on the camera.
Closer. Bring it closer. Lift it up. And move back a little bit.
Like here?
Yeah, you're good.
Alright, so this is our this year's limited edition t-shirt designed by our in-house genius artist, Will Long. So these are I can't remember how many there are. There's only a certain amount. They're on sale on our website and in store. So give us a call if you want to buy one through a person on the phone, or you can click the links below the video here and buy one from a robot online. Either way, we love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Limited edition, so you don't want to miss out on this.
And it's totally radical design, too.
You can wear it all the time. I know a lot of people like wearing black, like me. This is a good everyday shirt for, what is this design? Future is digital. Can you handle it?
It's like a cyberpunk.
Grab the disc.
It's like a rad cyberpunk, you know.
It's really great. I'm excited about it.
Grab the discs. And also, one other quick thing that we have, a new thing. This is going to be harder to catch on camera.
Yeah.
Do you like this?
I love it. I want it so bad.
I don't know if it's in focus or not.
Can we get that?
It's okay. This is live. This is live TV, folks.
Anything can happen.
So this is a little enamel button that we got, and it's the Scarecrow logo. It's the Scarecrow logo from our Psychotronic challenge design with the drippy sort of. Yeah, and it's awesome. We've got a bunch of these.
Yeah, throw that on your hoodie. Throw that on your denim jacket, your leather jacket, your bag.
Do it.
Do how Kevin does. Add it to your blazer.
Right now. There we go. I threw this jacket on today, and it literally didn't realize until I put it on when I got here that it had this Viva VHS and Scarecrow buttons on it.
It's so good.
That's
you're always right.
I don't know. The last time I wore this was at a Scarecrow event, I guess.
But yeah, check out the links below to look at our website. Check out the store. Donate to us. Keep us going. We love our community. We love hearing the things you love about Scarecrow.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
send us some questions and comments. We are probably going to be able to answer some of them on
we're here all day.
Live. This is new to us, so we don't have like a screen in front of us with your questions on like a teleprompter, so it won't be live, but nice questions and comments, hopefully. But
compliment us. Just kidding. But tell us what you love about Scarecrow, or if you have any questions you've always wanted to ask us, or when you call in to order something or rent something or make a donation, say hi to whoever answers the phone. We're all like fairly nice here.
And subscribe to the YouTube page that you're looking at right now. Subscribe to that because we're going to have more and more stuff on there. Emily and I just started a show. We have 2 episodes of our show, Viva Physical Media, which will hopefully grow into a bigger thing, but it's just us sort of celebrating, movies and Scarecrow and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So subscribe there, and also, share this around, right now, wherever you're watching. Just even put a link on Twitter, whatever, to wherever you've got followers. The more people we can bring in to look at this, the more fun everybody will have.
Also, if you're not already, follow us on social media. On our Twitter, we always talk about movies we're watching in store, even when there's no one else in the store but us. We talk about events we're doing, things we're thinking about, Psychotronics Challenge, and stuff like that. So definitely follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for more information.
Yeah, we recently we went through all of the Charles Band movies. We printed a list and did all the Charles Band movies we played in store, and then we did the canon, which we got mostly through before October, and we had to start the Psychotronic Challenge. So we may go back and finish off the canon, which is a lot bigger than the Full Moon canon. But
yeah, it's very varied.
Coming up, we have Coming up, we have coming up, our first big segment is the Found Footage guys. And if you don't know who the Found Footage Fest are, look them up. Don't leave this live stream, but open a new tab and look them up. They're also awesome.
They have a bunch of random clips and little bits and pieces from different movies that they kind of pair together for a really hilarious and wacky kind of compilation.
Mostly only on VHS stuff. And they have a whole Scarecrow. They borrowed a bunch of movies from us, and they actually copied a ton of our movies. And they have a Scarecrow section of their show that they would where they used to tour around before 2020. So they were gracious enough to come on, talk to John and I for a bit, and show some fun clips. Before that, though, we have a short. Quick video by one of our coworkers, Ben Redder, who's done a couple other awesome videos that are on our YouTube page. Yeah. And this is kind of a. Anyway, you'll see. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah. So anyway, I think if we're going, let's go into that. We'll be back. Bye.
Yeah, stick around.
Don't bye.
Welcome everyone to our Found Footage Festival portion of Video Store Day. Thank you so much to Nick and Joe from Found Footage Fest for joining us to
Our
share
pleasure.
some of their favorite scarecrow finds. And for those folks who are watching who don't know about what you do, y'all are doing a lot, especially right now. Could you give maybe just kind of a summary of what the Found Footage Fest is about?
Yeah, absolutely. Found Footage Festival. Nick and I have known each other since we were in 6th grade. We've always done dumb projects like this, but for like the last, I don't know what, 16 years, Nick, we've been touring the show. We've been collecting videos since we were in middle school. And the show that we tour, well, before the world exploded, was we'd find videos at thrift stores and garage sales, stuff like exercise videos, home movies, training videos, industrial safety videos, stuff like that. Not really like big movie guys. We appreciate movies, but it was like the special interest section that
that's what was ending up at thrift stores, and in the special interest section of video stores. And we just started showing them to friends and developing a running commentary of jokes, and we try to track down people from the videos, and eventually that blossomed into this Found Footage Festival touring show, which we've been doing, like Joe said, for 16 years. We've been doing about 100 shows a year, including in Seattle. That's how we got to know Scarecrow. But since the pandemic, we've been doing 3 to 4 shows a week online. So we have a YouTube channel, it's Found Footage Fest on YouTube, and we do a weekly show where we just pull videos off our shelves. Joe's in our office right now.
I'm surrounded by 11,000 VHS tapes in this room, and like stuff like how to spar against karate, one of the best covers of all time, how to spar against taekwondo.
Similar.
And then just stuff show up on our doorstep daily. People send us stuff. So, this is a full-time job somehow. Don't ask me. I mean, we're living right at the poverty level, but it's a part-time job or full-time job. So,
So how y'all have been doing drive-in shows, right?
We did one last week.
How'd it go?
It was incredible. It was so much fun. It was so weird, and just like we've never played on a screen that big before. To see like videos like this up on the big screen, like an enormous screen, like bigger than an IMAX, like so huge.
Our show is really stupid, but it's even stupider on that huge a screen outdoors. Cars driving by can see stuff like how to spot counterfeit Beanie Babies on VHS.
And the place was weird because there was a cow pasture right next to it, so cows are mooing during the program, and you can smell manure the whole time. And there's like an airport, a tiny airport so planes are taking off over the screen. It was just a really surreal night, but so much fun. It was so good to actually be out with people. And
I think next summer we're gonna try to plan a drive-in / parking lot tour, so an all outdoor tour, and maybe get an RV and just make it one long summer trek.
Somebody recently sent us a VCR for the car that you can plug into the cigarette light.
What?
Yeah, and somebody sent it to us, and Nick hooked it up, and it worked.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So when would that ever be needed?
Does it have a screen? No, it's a little screen.
Yeah, it has a little screen.
Oh, awesome.
And, I was playing Mac and Me.
And so we're thinking like maybe we can run like an RCA cable out of that and then put a projector on the roof of the car and play it that way. Like do a touring show in parking lots and play against walls or something.
That's
awesome. I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, keep us in mind. We have an inflatable screen. We'd love to host for something like that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we're thinking is like the parking lot tour. And we'll play the parking lot. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
It's a good fit.
Totally.
Yeah. Is it weird like not to get audience feedback though, like in a drive-in situation? Like do people flash their lights or honk or what was that like?
I mean, we're used to not getting laughs. So that's really
16 years of doing this.
Yeah. No, what happened was at this particular show, it was a perfect night. People brought blankets, sat out on lawn chairs in front of their cars. And so you could actually hear people laughing and responding and clapping. And I don't know if people are in their cars, I guess people would flash their lights or honk or I don't know. We do a lot of college shows now, and we're doing a lot of them over Zoom. So we do like colleges are looking to still do programming, and there we're not getting like audible feedback, So it's a weird transition we've had to make, but it's working.
Cool. Well, I'm a huge fan. Thank you so much for all the effort that you put into all the content that you put online. It's really all super great.
Yeah,
and,
well, thanks for stocking our DVDs at the Scarecrow, and thanks for hooking us up.
Absolutely.
You gave us like I don't know 100 VHS. You lent it to us when we were in Seattle. We picked them all up. We brought them back here, dubbed them, and sent them back to you. So thank you for that stack.
Yeah, anytime. And speaking of which, I gather that you've compiled some favorites that you discovered through that.
Well, I was gonna say, like, that's the thing that I love about Scarecrow is that you guys don't just have movies. You guys have like, practical self-defense up on the shelf, and like we're going through, and we just couldn't believe some of the great stuff there. So yeah, we left with a box, and here. I'll kick things off with this one here. This is one called A Bridge Between Two Worlds. Do you know about this one, John?
I do from the show, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So this is a new age video, and it was on your shelf. I don't know where you guys got it, but it's we get a lot of new age videos.
We don't know where we got it either. I can guarantee you.
Like where have you gotten videos like that in the past? I'm just curious.
A lot of donations.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So people will drop that off. You'll be like,
But
it's on the shelf.
We've been around 30 years, so at some point, somebody who worked here bought that tape, maybe. You know?
Oh, I'm glad they did.
Now we get a lot of stuff in donations, and that's where we find a lot of weird, fun stuff. But yeah, somebody paid maybe $30, $40 for that tape at the time. I don't know. Hopefully not, but
Well, this is a new age video, and it's a woman who channels different types of characters or people, and then answers questions from this round table of other people who have big questions, grandiose questions. And we see a lot of new age videos, but this is probably one of my favorites. And It's probably sitting on your shelf right now. So somebody should go down there and rent this immediately. The full I cut it down to like 3 minutes, but here's a bridge between two worlds.
good year.
Good year for trans channeling.
Yeah.
Seems like an Ali Sheedy character to me.
Right?
Hello, my name is Grace. I will be your guide for this evening's channeling session. As
What is that
time
in her head?
prepares to go into trance,
I think she
I
put
will
some sort of
explain
crystal.
the
Yeah.
process
Okay.
that is taking place. Good evening and welcome to you. My name is Barking Tree, and I am very pleased to be with you here tonight. And I hope that we can be of some service to all of you. And would there be a question to begin?
Yes, there's something I'd like to know.
What is your name, please?
My name is Josh.
And
I'm always
welcome.
baffled by what do you see? He throws something over his shoulder.
Yeah, what does he do there?
I don't know if that's like a. I
Is it
don't know.
salt?
Yeah, that's. I was thinking it was like
Like
the
good
salt.
luck?
thing.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Maybe
All right,
Barking Tree will recognize that.
All right. Watch it again.
What is your name, please?
My name is Josh.
And welcome,
Next, Nick, I
Josh.
co-host the Found
And
Footage
what I'd like to
Festival.
know is exactly what is it that UFOs do? I mean, why is it? I mean, I've read a lot about them, okay? And why are they here? That's basically what I want to know.
First of all, a UFO, an unidentified flying object. Well, to some of you, they are unidentified. To others of you, perhaps you don't believe they exist. To
dodging the question,
themselves,
Barking
they are fully identified and they know that they exist.
Yeah, that didn't answer the
Oh,
question.
jeez. He's
Doesn't
not happy
seem-
with that
He's
answer.
not pleased.
Okay. Are there any other characters that can give the answer?
This is the best one.
I wanted to come here and to talk to you.
I love that guy's expression.
He's all of us.
There is inside of everybody, there is a child that lives. And everybody that is a grown-up once was a child, only most of you forgot that. Did anybody else want to talk to me?
Now we're good.
Bill, I really like you.
I like you too.
I just wanted to know what really happens when a person dies. Are their own spirit guides that were with them when they were alive?
Why would a little girl know?
Yeah, way to bring it down.
She's going big with this question too. This
dude,
isn't
yeah.
some underhand softball pitch here. This is yeah.
This is what I ask every child
What really
I meet.
happens when a person
When a
dies?
person goes
This is more of a
out
barking
their
tree question.
body,
Can you
a
bring her
lot
back?
of different things can happen because you know how everybody lives different?
Yeah.
Everybody dies different too. And so
so mad
a
about that
lot of
question.
people, when they leave their
No amount of
body,
salt over
their
your shoulder is
spirit
going to save
guides
this.
and teachers and their friends and the people that they love and love them will come and help you to be able to
got it.
go out of your body and in the light. And then they'll start to figure out what they want to do the next body they get until they don't need any more bodies, but they're growing in a different way. Know what I mean?
And that's But watch this ending. Watch this ending with the rainbow. Look at that.
The video camera's ejaculating a rainbow.
Oh no! Wait, what? Oh.
Nick,
Is
we
it like
gotta end-
Tron where if it runs into itself?
We should end this segment with that. If we can get that rainbow,
Yes.
that squirt of
I want
rainbow.
that for everything.
Yeah, the video camera ejaculating a rainbow.
So that is on your shelf right now, and people should absolutely go down and rent that because it's I think it's like 45 minutes, the full version, and she channels so many other batshit characters. So
Yeah, that's amazing. It will help folks remember what it's like to be the child that they've forgotten about.
And you know, she didn't talk. I don't think she talked about it in that clip, but she talks about how she died. The little girl died.
Oh no!
I think in what's the Athens? No, what's the city that sunk underwater?
Atlantis?
Atlantis. That she died in Atlantis.
I thought that was an
Oh.
Atlantean accent. I was picking up on it, and it was thick. There's another weird one we found on the shelf where it caught my eye because it was under like in the educational section, and it had the San Diego Chicken, the baseball mascot, but it was called Chickenomics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that in junior high in like
You
like
had to watch
economics.
this one?
Yeah, my teacher in it was like a job class in like 7th grade showed us that.
Yeah, it's
I have to
like-
find it, but somebody wrote in and said, "Oh yeah, my uncle made that" or something like
Really?
that. Yeah, somebody has a personal connection to that video.
Oh yeah, I want to know more because apparently there were several videos with the chicken teaching you educational things, and I thought, is it going to lean into the funny chicken antics or be a serious economics lesson? And it's both. So I'll show you a clip of Chickenomics,
Awesome.
and we'll all learn something.
I don't think I've seen this. I'm excited to see this.
We are all affected by the economy, from which we obtain jobs, food, clothing, shelter, and recreation.
Yeah.
Therefore, if we intend to benefit from the economy, we should understand it. However, an economy is
So here's the
sometimes
San
hard to
Diego chicken for
understand.
some reason.
Chickens are easier. So the chicken is going to help make the economy more interesting and understandable.
The best mascot to this day.
Phillies Fanatic's pretty
The
good.
chicken's
but,
greatest asset
but
is his specialized
Chicken
use
invented
of
maybe
available labor
game.
resources. He began by doing light physical work only, signing autographs and walking around at sports events advertising the radio station's call letters. The chicken then added another type of labor resource, imagination, and he began to develop comedy routines like this one. Acting out routines like this represented a risk to the chicken's mascot career. He had been safe just walking around in his costume, but had the spectators not found the chicken's new routines entertaining, he would have failed. Risk-taking is important in our economic system. Other entertainers are trying to provide the same service at a lower price. So the chicken can't rest on his feathers. The chicken was the first professional sports mascot of his kind. The demand for his services increased when he added humor to his act.
I mean, was it a
When the
serious act
financial
before that?
rewards became substantial,
Look at these other failed
mascots of
mascots.
all descriptions began appearing on the sports scene.
Garbage pail
If the
kid over
chicken
here.
were to
That's a
become
scary one.
boring
That
or
is a garbage
repetitious,
pail kid.
other entertainers would be ready to step in and take his place.
Isn't this just gonna make kids want
In
to
the
become
same
mascots?
manner, each person who finds
No,
work
not.
will
I
face
completely forgot about
competition.
economics.
Each of us must
Right.
try to improve our work and provide a valuable service to employers or consumers, because a competitor is always ready to step into our job. What lessons are there in the story of the chicken? First of all, in this economy, a person who finds work that provides sufficient income and personal satisfaction
Good bit.
has
it's
achieved
pretty
success.
entertaining.
Good bit.
Although not all successful people will reach the
Poor
same
guys who are just
financial
trying to do
level
their
as the
actual
chicken.
jobs out here.
That type of success only comes to people who possess a unique talent or product, have little competition, and enjoy great
have that sheet
public
ready.
popularity.
That's San Diego chicken, and now you know a little
Awesome.
bit more about economics.
So
yeah.
that's how the economy works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That, I
Gosh.
did watch that in like an economics class, and no wonder I still don't understand how the economy works. I mean,
Did the teacher
didn't
take
help.
a nap or like why?
I'm sure.
It must have been
I
a
don't know.
substitute teacher that day.
No, he was the regular teacher. He took some comic books away from me too. I
Oh
don't remember his
man.
name.
Sorry to hear
He was,
that.
he was very old, so he's probably dead now.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Big-
Just
big-
in case you were worried.
the big relief.
So here's another thing. The first time I went to Scarecrow is I realized like your sections are incredible. The curation is incredible. You guys had a Jeff Krulik section. Jeff Krulik's the guy who did Heavy Metal Parking Lot and a bunch of other short documentaries and just like very specific, like about like Hitler's hat. Like he thinks he might have found Hitler's hat, or Led Zeppelin might have played their first show at this tiny little auditorium in Maryland. Just like very specific documentaries. But there's one that he made called Heavy Metal Picnic, and he gave us the raw footage to that maybe 2 years before he made the documentary. So I'm going to show the raw
Awesome.
footage, but I think you guys have that documentary there, Heavy Metal Picnic, up on the
Yeah.
show.
I remember
Yep.
seeing it. Yeah.
And he goes into great detail of everybody you're going to see in this home movie. It's just this guy showed up with a camera, and but they stole the microphone from CBS. So you'll see a CBS microphone throughout this entire thing. And they're just abusing this poor CBS microphone. So here is a Heavy Metal Picnic, the raw footage.
Hey, it looks fun. Hey,
Yeah.
there he
Good
is.
times.
I don't know if I'd rather be here or at the channeling on the couch
Yeah,
somewhere.
we're
between
gonna
those
be
two.
on a couch at the channeling, or
Yeah.
or here.
They're
with-
both places you like regret going to, but are also glad you went. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, this is a whole weekend, so I'd almost rather take 90 minutes of that woman's one-woman show that she's performing. Like that, you
And
know?
more men are shirtless here than actually have shirts. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, not my kind of place.
no.
Scuffler. We're at the third annual Rock Fest down in Potomac, Maryland, and we are rocking, buddies. Nobody can handle themselves. Nobody is in control because we are rocking, goddammit. This is the rock capital of the world, and we are doing it right.
Yeah.
Tune back for later comments.
Tune back.
Are you really with CBS?
Fuck no, we stole this shit.
Oh wait, sorry, I stepped over that line. This is a good line here. Listen to this.
Are you really with CBS?
Fuck no, we stole this shit.
Oh, cool.
Apparently CBS was there. Dan Rather was covering this. Oh, weird. A fight broke out at an event like this?
Maybe it's a trans channeling that they're having right
We're
there.
having a good time. No one's been born.
No one's died, but hell, we're having a good time here.
I wish I were.
This is Dinker Ryan here. We are about to experience the beautifulest eyes.
Beautifest eyes.
Look at these eyes. These are the bluest eyes I have ever seen in the world. I swear to God.
I keep expecting to see the same
too much
in the background.
Sandra Connor.
Another fight. And I love this guy's old-timey fighting style. The Notre Dame mascot.
So I can use that.
Yeah, you got his face kicked in hard.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
We're having so much fun.
Fucking A right, better believe it! Iron Maiden, bro.
Iron Maiden
Reagan's
level.
a Nazi. Reagan's a fucking Nazi, man. I gotta tell him some shit. Man, Ronald Reagan, man. No further comments. No further comments. That's what I'm saying, man. Get stoned through the bone. Stoned through the bone, man. All the way down. Hey, dog, what you got to say for yourself?
Get me out of here.
Yeah, that's right.
I do have LSD for sale, you know, let all the people out there know.
Is it CBS or what? Rock and roll party!
Rock and roll party. Woo.
Ain't nothing but rock and roll. All right.
There it is. Raw footage.
Nothing but rock and roll.
Awesome.
Rock and roll party. So Jeff actually tracked down most of the people in that. He had a reunion back at the same grounds where that was originally held. And yeah, it's just incredible. Like the amount of effort and work that he put into it. And then the documentary is incredible. So,
Have you guys, I know you're doing some fundraising. Have you guys considered selling LSD? Because that apparently that is just,
It's come up, yeah.
Yeah, it's harder to make than you think. And the smell is, you can't get that smell out.
okay. Yeah.
just an idea. Just throwing stuff out.
Spitballing here.
No thanks, though, yeah.
Let me show off some of the other videos that just over on photos, because I was taking photos because I couldn't believe all this good stuff we were finding at Scarecrow. And so here's a little bit like Texercise. This actually gave me the idea of doing I guess a montage of just videos that bastardize the word exercise in their title. So we got Texercise, Skier Size,
Punker Size.
Yeah.
Texercise kicked it all off, I think. But
Yep.
Nick, you Texercise every
Right.
single morning, right?
I
No.
do Texercise with
right?
the least popular Mandrell sister. And I want to thank you guys for approving us for this rental, by the way.
You're welcome.
Juggler Size, another one in the Earth size.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yep, we've played a little bit of that.
Did we include the scarves?
The scarves were in the rental. Yeah.
Oh,
came in the
good,
rental
good.
Box.
Above
Yep.
and beyond.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I wouldn't leave Teresa for any other girl. Heartwarming misadventures.
Which
of a
one's
lonely
Teresa?
boy and a young chimpanzee. That was my question. So I watched it, and Blood, Sweat, and Gears. We showed John Glazer this video when he came on our show, and then when we took the videos, you had to do all the proper paperwork and punch them all in. So after punching in like 60 videos that we took home on a plane, this was the receipt. It just it was like, you could see all the line items there. It was just so long.
Oh, look at that.
I like the one at the top there, yeah.
Zen Pussy, the Beanie Lover video, holographic repattering, karate box aerobics.
Oh, Learning Bridge.
Game Players Game Tape, Developer Psychic Powers.
Putt Nude Golf.
Yep, got that on the shelf. So anyway, I put together a grab bag of just some, I know, maybe like 6 or 5 different videos that couldn't come up with a way to have them on their own. So here's a little bit of the Scarecrow grab bag from when we were there. Blood, Sweat, and Gears with Sergeant Slaughter.
I want that guitar so bad.
He's got the G.I. Joe badge.
Yep. Big Bad Clone. I don't know what that means.
Big Bad what?
Clone.
get started and exercise.
Oh, good.
It's exercise. The exercise of Texas.
The Video Game Guy. And now, here's the captain of the All-Star team, Ron.
Welcome, I'm Ron, and I'm the captain of the All-Star
Ron.
team. Now let's meet my teammates.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. Hi, I'm Bob.
Hi, I'm James.
Yo, dudes. Hi, I'm Sharon.
I feel like it's like when
Yo.
Steve Buscemi is trying to be a teen. Like, yo, dudes, hi. I mean,
James.
Yo, dudes. Hi, I'm Sharon.
Teresa, no, that's a class roll book.
there's your answer.
Oh,
Robert, take it away from her at once. I will.
Somebody stop this, man.
Teresa, stop this at once. Stop it or you're in trouble.
It's all overdubbed.
It's a French movie or something?
I think so.
I'm worried that they're gonna rip their faces off.
Yeah, that happens later in the movie. I like where I stopped it here.
He is the boss.
It's the wildest show on wheels.
There it is. Scarecrow Video,
Awesome.
the wildest show
Wow.
on wheels.
And that's just touching. That's tip of the iceberg, though. I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like 50 other tapes that we haven't even dug into.
We spent all day there, and yeah, we didn't even make a dent.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's a nice reminder of the magic of Scarecrow Video, and thanks a lot for sharing all that stuff.
For sure.
Yeah,
And
thanks a
seriously,
lot.
there's no other video store like this. We've been touring. We've done all 50 states. We've done Europe. We've done everywhere. Canada, you name it. And like no video store is as good as yours. You guys have the best. So we're always happy to help
shucks.
with stuff. As long
Well,
as you,
thank you very much.
yeah, as long as you give us videos.
Anytime.
It's
Absolutely.
a two-way street, guys.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to say here.
We're not doing this for free here.
No, this is for our help.
Well, thank you so much for your time on this. If folks want to follow all the great stuff that you're doing, how can they find you?
Go to foundfootagefest.com. That's the main hub for all of our stuff. But you can also follow us on YouTube at Found Footage Fest, and we're on all social media as well.
Yeah, we're easy to
Awesome.
find. We do a Tuesday night show called VCR Party, and
Right.
we're trying to watch all 11,000 of these videos. So, yeah.
And if you want to
Tuesday night.
support us, we're on Patreon too, which supports all our online shows. So while we can't tour, we're doing hoping people will chip in to watch all of our online content at patreon.com/foundfootagefest festival. So yeah, check us out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Great.
you're both really great supporters of Scarecrow, and really appreciate you doing this and just all of you, everything that you've done to support Scarecrow. And thanks so much. We wish you the best of luck with everything.
Our pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Rolling.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, we're back. Well, I was in that video too, but I'm back.
Yeah, he's real quick.
Real
So
quick.
yeah, that was awesome. We're gonna have a lot more cool stuff like that coming up.
Thanks a lot to the fan footage guys for stopping by and doing that. Those guys are awesome. Check them out on YouTube's and hopefully at drive-ins, hopefully at regular theaters in the future too.
Yeah, keep your eye out. So we actually have a bunch of stuff for sale on our website and in our store. One of the things that we only have for sale in store right now, very, very limited, we only have 6 of them, is this Friday the 13th.
5.
Yeah, only
Now
5.
it's down to 5 already.
We only have 5. Friday the 13th, complete box set on Blu-ray from Scream Factory. Check it out. Literally all, however many there are
Scream
of
Factory.
this. The
Oh.
deluxe edition. Yeah, lots of cool extras. Scream Factory rules. Look how beautiful this is. Imagine this on your shelf for the price of $139.95. So again, you can only get this by calling us and asking for it over the phone, paying for it over the phone. This is not on our website, so don't miss out.
Do it. as you can see, I'm holding up the big board right here now, and this is where we're at on donations. So thanks a lot to everybody so far who has donated to our cause here. Keep it coming in. Keep the comments. We're still figuring out how the best way to get to your comments and questions and stuff. So, but keep them coming, either on YouTube
We'll
or
look at 'em.
yeah, or you can email to John at Scarecrow, I think. But keep them coming on the YouTube page. We'll be checking those periodically and getting back to them. We have a new other segment coming up, and a lot of people who shop at Scarecrow may have noticed there's a big cool plastic VHS thing in our VHS section, and the person who made that is someone named Susan Voorhees, and she is a huge movie fan. Obviously, she does other art as well, but she is a huge horror movie fan, as are all of us at Scarecrow, pretty much. And so the video we have coming up is her doing her picks for the Psychotronic Challenge, the Scarecrow Psychotronic Challenge, which you can also find information about on the website if you haven't yet.
Yeah, we're about a little over halfway through the Psychotronic Challenge, different categories every day. Do the hashtag SCV Psycho Challenge and let us know what you're watching.
Yeah, we
and
love
then
it.
Coming up, check out Susan's picks and what she suggests, which are probably going to be really awesome.
I imagine so. All right, see you in a bit.
Hello, I'm Susan Voorhees here with Giant VHS Tape, and I'm here to talk about Scarecrow Video's Psychotronic Challenge for the month of October. And I get to start with category number 18, which is Resurrectionists. That is, watching your favorite horror movies that have been reissued on Blu-ray or DVD. And of course, this covers a massive range of movies. And these are some of my personal favorites. My Bloody Valentine, The Prowler, classic example of a movie that needs to be watched on Blu-ray is Intruder, especially since when it was first released it was so cut the movie was practically unwatchable and didn't do it justice. And this Blu-ray release is amazing. Very gory, violent movie. Then you have early 2000s release like this of Anchor Bay's Maniac. And now, moving on to our next category, number 19, Beyond the Darkness. Horror movies with a love story. Not exactly my favorite category, but if you're into real mushy love stories, highly recommend Near Dark. Highly recommended. But if you are more into demented love stories, this is a movie that apparently is based on a true story. And it doesn't get any more love story than finding your husband's decapitated head and keeping it in your refrigerator so that you can randomly make out with it for years after he's dead. I guess nothing says love like necrophilia. Macabre's also known as frozen terror. And going on to our next category, number 21, Hindsight 2020, movies that involve flashbacks. I think this movie, I believe, which is Ghost Story, at least the last whole part of the movie is one gigantic flashback. This is a very good movie, very creepy, and you should watch it just for Dick Smith's special effects alone. But one of my all-time favorite movies that is actually famous for the flashback scenes has to be George Romero's Martin. Very good movie, one of my favorites. Absolutely love this movie, and I think it's probably one of the quintessential flashback movies. Going on to number 21, Murder, She Roach. That's Roach. Movies about creepy crawlies, critters, and such. And I just gotta find them here. Okay. So, I'm more of a slasher person, but example of a critter movie, creepy crawly movie, is a movie like Slugs. Or you can have a movie that falls in that category, also a slasher movie, possession movie, probably my all-time favorite movie, shot on video, The Abomination. Definitely, maybe not critters, so to speak, but something takes over your house and is living in your washing machine and takes over your body and you're puking up the critter and then it just kills everybody you love. And the movie's also slasher-esque. Absolutely love this movie. The Abomination. Must watch. Okay, so now we're on number 22. Merkin. Movies that involve underwater or the ocean. So you can go for obvious movies like Jaws and that, but it's not summertime. It's October, it's Halloween. So you have movies like Ghost Ship, or you can go with Death Ship, or one of my personal favorites, Australian movie called The Quest, about, I guess it's basically a possessed tobacco in a lake. This movie kind of defies description and has to be watched to be believed. Very well done movie. Creepy. It was my favorite when I was a kid, and I was happy to find this movie as a cut box as an adult so I could watch it, and I did enjoy it just as much. Okay, what do we got next here? A Rest in Peace. Morricone soundtrack movies. Now, apparently Morricone did so many movies, you have over 500 to choose from. So, you have obvious movies that he did. Easy choice, like The Thing. But, seeing as he's Italian composer, he did many Italian movies, I would suggest watching an Italian giallo movie. Probably one like this, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. Very, very good movie. Argento, awesome movie. Okay, and we're on our next one. At the Gig. Movies that involve live band scenes. So, this movie, Rock and Roll Nightmare, obviously involves live band scenes. Completely ridiculous movie, but it's worth it just for the final battle scene especially. And then you have a movie like this, obviously live band scenes, amazing movie, takes place on Halloween, Trick or Treat, absolutely epic movie, amazing soundtrack, gotta check this one out. If you've never seen this movie, it'll blow your mind. Okay, and we're on to our next category, which is, hey baby, I can't read my own writing, you can dance to it. Dance scenes. So movies that involve dance scenes. So you have obvious movies like involve ridiculous dance scenes like Friday the 13th Final Chapter, Christopher Glovin, or you have, you know, the famous dance scene on Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. But then you have more classic dance scenes in movies, like it's prom night and there's dancing in Carrie before she gets a bucket of blood dropped on her head and her mother was right. They're all gonna laugh at you. Honestly, dancing isn't the main part of this movie, but I can honestly say that Carrie's mother scares the living hell out of me. She is definitely the scariest aspect of this movie. And then one of my personal faves has dance sequences, prom night, and also has Jamie Lee Curtis doing her own dance sequence by herself, which is actually quite hysterical. And for you young kids that don't know what disco is, you may be horrified when you watch this movie, and you will learn a lot about disco. Pretty much disco is a character in the movie and is prevalent throughout the entire movie, which I find quite enjoyable. And we're on to number 26, Don't Mess with Texas. A movie that's filmed in Texas. So obviously, everyone thinks Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Great movie to watch around Halloween. But I mean, I couldn't just go with something simple. So, personal favorite of mine, The Town That Dreaded Sundown. if it wasn't for some ill-timed humor in this movie, it would actually be really, really good. Very good. Very small budget. Good acting. Love this movie. It's scary. It's based on a true story. The killer's still out there, or possibly dead by now. And then we're on to number 27. Watching a movie that was filmed in Africa. So, the only ones I could come up with, South African movies. First one, Hellgate. I have yet to watch this one, but it looks pretty cool. And then have a much lesser known movie. I did watch this. It's a slasher, if you can call it that. The Demon. It's, give it a try. Might be disappointed, but it's definitely an intriguing movie. The cover art really caught my eye. You know, a guy with a Freddy glove hand. Very cool. And what do we got next? 28. Oregon Trail. So, road trip movies where people are picked off one by one. Okay, so road trip movie, people are picked off one by one. I think a movie like The Hitcher with Rutger Hauer probably fits that category the absolute best. Scary movie. Rutger Hauer's amazing in it. This movie was very popular in the 90s. California completely fits that. Going on a road trip, people are getting killed off by crazy Brad Pitt. But then you have more classic movies where it involves a road trip, being stalked by a psychotic trucker. Love this movie. Very scary, very well done, very well filmed. And then I had to throw this one in here. Basically, not really much of a road trip, but I mean, the car that Evil drives is going on a road trip and running over people. Love this movie. Love the car. So cool. Love this movie. And what's next? Number 29. One Night in Ape Canyon, a Bigfoot film. Well, let's see here. There's some pretty terrible Bigfoot movies, honestly. I think I have 4 movies to show you, and only one of them I've actually watched. I'm sure they're quite highly entertaining, watching a guy in a big Sasquatch suit scaring the crap out of people. They all seem to be older movies. It's like back in the 70s, people were obsessed with Sasquatches, apparently. Like Demon of the Lake, about a Sasquatch. I actually have a movie called Sasquatch. And then an absolutely borderline unwatchable movie, Snow Beast. You watch it for the 70s ski suits alone. The Snow Beast itself is pretty well done, but it's very incoherent. It's definitely worth a laugh. And we're on, dropping tapes now. Now we're on number 30, Bring It Home. Movies that are filmed in Seattle. So, I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm not from Seattle, so I had to look into this. And so, movies filmed in Seattle that are horror related. Obviously, The Ring. Not really too big of a fan of this movie. The only cool thing about it, I think, is the fact there's a killer VHS tape, which is awesome, which kind of dates this movie. I still consider this movie new, but I forgot it was made in 2002, which is forever ago. Then you have another movie. I didn't realize this was filmed in Seattle. The Changeling. People always told me how scary this movie was, and I only watched it maybe a couple years ago, and I personally didn't really like this movie. The climax is a ball bouncing down the stairs. Apparently that scared the hell out of people. So, I have to mention this movie. It's not filmed in Seattle, but this is filmed in Spokane. And I bought this movie just because I absolutely love the cover. Heard lots of stories. Apparently it's one of those cursed films. After they filmed it in this church, the church burned down. I watched this movie, and it's an absolute dumpster fire. But go ahead and give it a watch if you want. Like I said, it's not Seattle, it's Spokane, but still filmed in Washington. And then I believe we're on number 31. I Remember Halloween. So, Halloween movies, obviously, from the Halloween franchise. Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 3. Movies that involve trick-or-treating. I mean, I've seen Halloween 1 and 2 so many times. I actually really enjoy watching Halloween 3 now. I have a new appreciation for that movie. And what else do we have? Movies that are actually specifically about Halloween night. We have Trick or Treats. This one, actually really enjoyed watching this. The WNUF Halloween special. It's shot like it was an actual newscast based in the 80s about Halloween. And it has old commercials and everything. And for anybody that grew up in the 80s and 90s, you know, this is just pure nostalgia. It's really fun to watch. It's really fun to watch on Halloween. And personal favorite of mine, it's not a movie. Well, it is a short movie. Absolutely loved this when I was a kid. I was obsessed with Thriller. I'm still obsessed with Thriller. This is, for me, like a must-watch on Halloween night. Still gives me goosebumps. Just absolute pure nostalgia. It's amazing. And this is the making of Michael Jackson's Thriller, which is a good watch as well. But even just to watch the video itself is amazing. Those are things I really love to watch on Halloween night. And yeah, so you should definitely take up Scarecrow Video on their Psychotronic Challenge. It'll challenge you to watch movies you wouldn't normally watch. I mean, there's so many different types of horror movies, like I just discussed here. And yeah, rent from Scarecrow Video because they have so many horror movies. I mean, just rent from them, support Scarecrow Video, support their auction, video store days coming up. This amazing giant VHS tape is going to be up for auction. It's of a fictional video store, Nightmare Video. You'll never sleep again. So, thank you very much for your time. Happy Halloween, everybody.
I don't know.
Hey, going.
Hi.
Hi, we're back. Thanks, Susan, for those awesome Psychotronic picks. Susan has graciously donated a VHS to our auction, which you can find on our social media online and or the video store page on our website. So check that out. Get one of these for your own home. They're awesome.
Yeah, this would be the coolest addition to any interior decor, for real.
And while we're still on the subject of the Psychotronic movies, there's more stuff we have for sale besides just the Friday the 13th box. We've got all these cool things from Vinegar Syndrome, Agfa, Arrow Video. All of these are on sale. These are like good prices, great prices for some cool Psychotronic horror stuff. And those are online and in store. So either call us and you can get it, or get on our website. The links below us.
Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome and Arrow, they always come with a bunch of cool stuff. So
good stuff, a lot of cool stuff.
Check it out.
So coming up,
we have
a cool special guest. We have Mark Borchardt, who's going to be talking to Ben and Darcy, I believe.
Ben and Darcy of our podcast, which if you haven't checked out, check out Scarecrow Radio. It's awesome.
But Mark's going to be on there as well. But Mark is the maker of the Dundee Project and the short film Coven, and he, I think last year, not too long ago, had a cool. He curated a cool special section in our store, and I actually personally found a lot of cool picks in there, things that I hadn't seen yet, a lot of stuff that I knew about, but stuff that I hadn't seen yet. So, and I don't know if that list is up somewhere or not, but
I'm sure
if
we can find it.
If it is, it's an awesome list of cool international. A lot of international stuff. There's a lot of Russian movies in there. Anyway, he's a very cool guy, and.
So
here
don't
you go.
miss it.
Here he is. We'll be back.
Hey Scarecrow fans, I'm Ben.
I'm Darcy.
And we're the hosts of Scarecrow Radio, Scarecrow's new official podcast. And we're here today to talk to the director of films such as Coven and the Dundee Project, Mr. Mark Borchardt. Hey Mark, how you doing?
And the more the scarier 6, most importantly, I'm doing well, man. And thanks to you guys, I'm doing even better.
So at Scarecrow, we have something called the Psychotronic Challenge. Are you aware of that?
I am now.
So basically, it's a challenge to fans of Scarecrow to watch 31 films from the Psychotronic room at Scarecrow in October. And today's is Video Store Day. And so the challenge is to watch, to rent something from a video store. And we were just wondering, like, do you have access to one where you're at?
Yes and no. There's a video store, River West Film and Video in Milwaukee, right down the street. And it's a yes and no question, and potentially I see where this is leading. So that will determine the outcome of that binary proposition.
Oh, I was just curious. I just like video stores.
Okay, well then I'm off the hook. Yeah, we've got to.
yes, you're off the hook.
Yeah, I was hoping. Yeah.
No. Hey, my man. See this right here? This is the radio station where the video store, the radio station emanates from the video store, River West Film and Video, and it's
Gotcha.
River West Radio. I do a show Cinema Tonight on Monday nights on it. So yeah, we have a great, beautiful video store here in Milwaukee, and the thing of it is, of course, is with the virus, that's put the kibosh on, regular activities.
Yeah, browsing a video store is like, it's going to a museum for me. So I feel for everyone that doesn't have access right now, and I'm very grateful. I say this all the time to people who come in, that I'm just so grateful that I've been in Scarecrow for like the last 6 months. Like that's all I've been doing really. Well, anyway, so the challenge for today is this is Video Store Day, and I think I was going to ask. So you have access to one. Do you rent stuff still? I mean, would you be renting stuff if you could go in?
Well, first off, you can't, obviously, because of the virus. But second of all, I've been renting from River West Film and Video for years. But you got to understand, man, I've got hundreds of VHS tapes, DVDs, on the internet, everything. So there's no stopping, plus all of the years of renting. So, I mean, you're talking about a massive accumulation of watched films.
You have VHS and DVD, you're saying? Are you a format nerd at all?
Hell yeah, I got VHS. Got a lot of VHS, got a lot of DVD. Stacks of them, man.
I have a copy of Coven on VHS on me right now.
Darcy, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's Scarecrows, but it felt really cool to pull it off the shelf and be like, it exists on VHS.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because we started filming that in, I remember I started writing it in like December of 93. And we started filming in May of 94 and finished filming, I think, in early 97. So thanks for having that VHS.
Mm-hmm. Are you still writing Coven 2?
Yeah, it's just a process. I do a lot of different screenplays, a lot of different films. Because I'm doing, I've got to get this film done by the end of the year, and I've shot all this other stuff too. So it's like an ongoing thing. It's not just like, I'm doing this and that. It's a wealthy tapestry of projects.
On IMDb, it says in production you have a film called Scare Me. Is that actually the More the Scarier 6?
No. One has nothing to do with the other. The More the Scarier 6 is what we're trying to finish by the end of the year. We were actually just filming recently, and I'm editing as we're going along, and it's obviously you have to spend a number of days when people are available filming, and then with the editing and so forth. So we started the More the Scarier 6 last year. We filmed the majority of the major scenes, and so we got that stuff done before the virus. So there's a lot to edit.
What are some of your favorite Halloween flicks?
Some of my primary interests are terror films or horror films that take place on American soil in the early 70s. Well, actually, you know what? I mean, horror basically begins like in 1895, truly when that train races toward the audience member for the first time and they're terrified. So that is truly the definition of horror. They didn't know what's what, having been extremely new to the cinematic experience in public. And then, like Edison has, his Frankenstein. I think that's from the teens. And then obviously we get obvious choices beginning with the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari from 1919. And then you move on to 22, Murnau's Nosferatu. Then you get into silent offerings. I think some from Universal. I don't know which ones Universal offered at the time, but The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Phantom of the Opera, etc. Then you get into, from 31, Frankenstein and Dracula, and then other elements like The Mummy and The Invisible Man. But Universal had a stronghold in the early 30s. And then, horror took a different turn with maybe like Mad Scientist and so forth in the 40s. And science fiction basically dominated in the 50s. And then, you had the emergence of Hammer maybe in the late 50s, and AIP doing color horror and renditions of Poe stories and so forth. And then the monsters ended kind of like in the 60s, and where the human being became the monster, and that idea reached its apex, and I believe it was 71 was Last House on the Left, and it's further apex in 74 with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And so when you ask that question, again, I'm searching. Well, I mean, I really dig like the worlds of like Andy Milligan and Ray Dennis Steckler and H.G. Lewis, and I think it's Ted Nichols. It's their films, and I think some of the standouts are like the incredibly strange creatures that became mixed up zombies, the corpse grinders, the gorgorgles, the gruesome twosome, the ghastly ones. I like this sub-cinema horror where, I mean, these are films, just regionally made films out of, the hearts and minds of these particular filmmakers. They're just fascinating to watch.
Have you been watching horror stuff this October?
Yes, that's what I do actually, is that, I run into people on the street, ask them, some people really get into it, some people are almost bewildered at the idea of that, as if it never existed, to watch horror films and to read horror literature during the haunting season, especially the radio dramas as well. So like from early to mid-September I'll start and then end in early November, and then that'll be it. So I've began a prodigious attempt at it since like mid-September this year.
I started in mid-September too. My wife and I are trying to watch, we have like, it's 31 for Scarecrow. We're trying to do 62. So we gave ourselves 50 days. I don't know. We do 31 every year. So, but watched a ton of stuff. I actually watched one that takes place in a Zoom meeting last night.
Which one is it?
Oh, it's called Host.
Gotcha. I may have read about it in the New York Times.
It's worth an hour. It's really good. Okay. It does a lot with a Zoom call. It's entirely shot with Zoom. So
it's available for us to see?
Oh yeah, it's on Shudder. That may have been where I went out, but yeah. Just get the trial, Yeah, and it's we're trying to watch films from as many years as possible. So watching something from 2020 was, it was like that or the Charles Band stuff that came out earlier this year.
Yeah.
I also watched the Dundee Project last night. And that is so fascinating. As a person who likes UFOs a lot, or ufology, and listened to Coast growing up, it was really cool seeing that. Can you tell us about the making of that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I didn't really. I started this project, the Dundee Project, maybe around approximately like 20 years ago or so. I don't watch TV or anything like that, but this is like different life. Cable was on, and all of a sudden there was a show that took place. There was an episode of something that took place up in Dundee, Wisconsin, about these UFO meetings. And I says, hey, that's like in my backyard. Let's just drive up north just a little bit. And so I went there, and it was just like leaving the big city and going into this wonderland was incredible. And, I'm sure I brought my camera with me the first time and started filming. I didn't have any intent to do anything. I don't even know if I brought the camera the first time, but I subsequently went there year after year after year. And I would because I'm in this magical environment, so of course I'm going to start filming. I don't think I necessarily had a film in mind at the beginning, but then consequently through returning, I knew that there was a film developing, and so that's what I did. And it was just a great time because instead of just hanging out and just talking and talking and talking. I'd go off by myself and start filming, the light on the lake, just that. Then I'd take somebody aside and interview them. It was just a really, really fun time throughout the years, for sure. But there was no grandiose plan whatsoever at the beginning.
So how did that end up coming together? Because it feels like, it doesn't feel like something that you didn't have planned out. It's the narration, I think, maybe adds to that part. It's so well written.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you. First of all, like I said, I do a lot of different things, and everybody has a different psychological temperament, a different outlay of focus, and different intents on their accomplishments and so forth. So I ran into the found footage guys. Andrew Swatch, the producer of the found footage, or producer of the Dundee Project, and Nick Kruer and Joe Pickett are the ones who run found footage. Those guys know each other. Andrew knows those guys. And they said, hey, we're really interested in what you shot in the footage and so forth. Can you put together a film for us? Because I was going to do it on my own and make more of a feature film rather than a short. But with all the stuff, I just said, well, okay, I'll ultimately get a film for these guys. And that's how it ended up being a short. So, it's funny you say about the narration and so on and so forth, because, I do a lot of writing for different projects and all kinds of stuff. But so actually that narration was recorded in the car and was only supposed to be a temporary narration because of the particular beats and the tonal emphasis on certain words. And I wanted more of a melodic feel to the syntax itself. But so you actually got a work print of that narration and so forth. That was just kind of like a temporary narration in the car, but then it was time to get the film out there, so that stayed. That's a behind the scenes artifact right there.
Cool.
Because you know what, people, when you're exposed to anything, you believe that that's its ultimate presentation, and it may have just been a working presentation that just all of a sudden got out there and so forth. So yeah, so that narration was actually, and the car is actually is a good recording studio to do it. But again, you wanted more of a polished tone to it. But it all worked out well. I mean, like I say, that's just behind the scenes and so forth. And then with UFO Bob, as I started to edit, I realized that he became the dominating principle to this. And then with other adjunct interviewees kind of assembled on the periphery of his presence and so forth in the editing. So
how much time did you spend with UFO Bob? Because he was so interesting.
Yeah, well, he had his own thing going on. He'd be getting drunk as hell, and he'd love to talk and so forth. So we shot a lot of footage with him, and UFO Bob was famous up there. He had his followers. He would have communication with the UFOs up in the sky. People would drunkenly trail him. He was like the Messiah out there.
UFO Bob's wearing a shirt that says Tyranny Response Team on it. And I was wondering if you asked him what his idea of tyranny, or what that shirt meant to him anyway.
I don't think so. I did. I don't know if he was wearing it. Was he wearing it or some other guy?
I think it was someone else, actually.
Yeah.
I think in one of the extra footage, maybe there's two people wearing it, and he is one of the people wearing it in that footage. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't get into sociopolitics, so I would never ask him what that was about. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, actually, you know what, too, is that, because people, everybody's different. There's 8 billion of us. Everyone's different, and people think that when you do something or this or that, it's representative of what you're actually thinking. But a lot of people are just having an out-of-body experience, and it's something that... So it's not like they may not really be into it, but they're they're not into the content, but they're into the context of it. So
sure,
yeah, as in oh, you believe in all this stuff or this? I said, no, man, I'm just filming this dude, So I mean, there's a reality behind things, and we create fantasies and illusions about people and circumstances, and then there's like dismay when the veil is revealed to reveal that it's otherwise. But then sometimes the real reality is even more fascinating than the illusion itself.
Okay, that's cool you say that. Because the Dundee Project is about a bunch of people who witness UFOs at this festival every year. Obviously, UFOs are real, but what they are is sort of up to us until they are identified. So that's kind of, what do they actually think they are, and do you agree with them?
Well, I don't agree with anybody because everything, all reality is taking place within your own mind. I mean, that's scientifically, it's not really, it's happening in your mind. So and I'll tell you another thing. What I realized after the film, I did not include this other guy who was a regular visitor on a ship, and which was a really fascinating thing. And I realized that he didn't, for some reason, he's not in the film. But let me ask you this. What do you mean, do I agree with these guys?
Do you think that they are seeing some kind of alien ship or some being from another planet, or are they seeing like a weather balloon or a satellite passing in the sky, or, like something that is easily explained, but we choose not to explain it, I guess?
No, I don't think they're seeing anything. I think that it's something psychologically going on within their mind that has found an alliance with the enthusiasm that the mass is getting into. Well, actually, the mass up there, they're getting drunk is what they're getting into. But, yeah, I mean, it's just that's the way it is. Like I said, I think that, obviously there's life everywhere out in the universe. I don't think that has anything to do with these drunk dudes, at the lake. So, I think those are two different factors going on.
That's fair.
I mean, it's like I say, one thing doesn't preclude the other. So it's saying that, man, these people are nuts has nothing to do with the scientific fact that there's obviously life everywhere, out in the universe. So if you don't believe them, it has nothing to do with the real scientific reality of other life. So.
Can I ask you about how you got involved with Joe Pera?
Actually, it's pretty simple. They just filmed down the street from where I live, so they just got in touch with me. I mean, I could have literally have walked there. Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, here's this TV show down the street. It's just like they were filming like a mile or two up or whatever.
Oh, no kidding. That's so cool.
Yeah. No, they film it in Milwaukee, so.
Yeah, that's funny because he went to school. Like I could have walked to the college he went to from where I lived growing up. So, yeah, anyway. So I just remember you showing up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like being in a dream. You assess craft service, you work on your own writing, you don't twiddle your thumbs during downtime and, so yeah, that's how that occurred.
Mark, what is, can you talk a little bit to, this is so obvious and loaded, but like the role that movies have played in your life and the importance of keeping physical media around and the accessibility of it?
Yeah, first of all, there's two things that you've asked. Number one, I never got into what you were talking about. I got into film more from an intellectual entry point. I didn't sit around. I didn't watch TV. I didn't go into fantasy worlds, like other kids going, and stuff like that. And two, with the what you're talking about, like books and films and albums and VHS and DVDs. Yeah, that's what people are into. I mean, there's different subsets of culture and so forth. There's people who have a lot, and there's minimalists who literally have nothing, man. If you go into a minimalist person's house, it's depressing, man. It's like a morgue. It's like walking into a morgue, man. I just don't feel comfortable. I mean, I'm like, dude, where's the books? So yeah, because when you're curious and you explore, you're alive. But when you're limited, man, you're in the process of always spiritually dying, and and books and literature and cinema and music and all that expand the horizons of the emotions, of the intellect, of the physical, et cetera, man.
What horror films are keeping you alive these days?
I think I already mentioned some. Was very excited by The Corpse Grinders. I think with H.G. Lewis, it's interesting because he never seems to have any interest in exploring cinematic form, of advancing his craft or anything like that. It kind of, he just is documenting a lot of bad performances. But I mean, his films are gold. H.G. Lewis's films are gold. And they're culturally gold and everything like that. But from a cinematic standpoint, you know, you take somebody like who made The Corpse Grinders, and you know, there's cinematic intent in it. There's understanding of options in the way you film. You set up scenes, and you kind of like explore film in an experimental and rewarding form. So, The Corpse Grinders rises above other films of that sub-cinema genre era of horror and so forth. I mean, the films of, obvious things like films of Polanski and De Palma and Cronenberg, I mean, in a more contemporary realm. And again, like I said, the filmmakers that I listed, and then, you know, a lot of the silent ones by, like I say, Murnau and that, are like Faust, and I mean, you can go on and on to German Expressionist films, and and obviously Carl Dreyer's Vampire is just one of the most beautiful art horror film, definitely. So, but I guess what's as you say, keeping me alive and curious is anything I can find from modern horror from '67 to '76 is what I'm looking for this year. And '76 ends interestingly with the Incredible Torture Show. The Incredible Torture Show from '76, which is a great, innovative horror film that Lloyd Kaufman retitled. And then Eaten Alive, Tobe Hooper, is it's kind of weird to see some sort of distant cousin of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in '76. So '76 is a good year for horror in that way, in that interesting way.
Yeah, dang, I need to go back. I feel like so much of the horror that I watch is still just the 80s stuff that I rent, still try to watch on VHS when I can. But yeah, I feel like I need to dig more into earlier stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's all out there for sure.
Yeah, and we certainly have access to it at Scarecrow Video. That's a pitch for the store, everybody.
Mark, where do you watch all these usually? Like, is this your own collection?
I watch it in the crib, man. So yeah, I mean, I don't like doing things. I don't like going places. I mean, once I'm there, it's fine. But yeah, I start my days early and then pass out at night. Just, you know, doing your life work throughout the day. So there's been nothing more pleasurable this last half year than just staying inside and if trying to see a film at night. It's just been fantastic. The peace of mind, the productivity of these last 6 months. I mean, I almost want to cry. I can't believe it. And you know, that it's just, you know, that social distraction has been eliminated and will be eliminated for quite some time. And I mean, I just can't believe it, because to be given your life back, to be able to work unencumbered morning, noon, and night, I can't even believe it. I'm in toxic shock from dealing with events and people for over half a century now, that my body and mind can't even believe being finally free. And these last 6-7 months make me want to cry with the peace, the productivity that I've never experienced before in life.
So you're thriving.
I'm trying to keep
quarantine?
from weeping here. No, but I just can't believe we've been given 2 years of peace and productivity. I mean, I did be getting older, or going through the years. I did have the ability to really say no. I can say no really well now. I practiced on it which did earn time, but the decimation of social distraction, it's costly. It robs you of maybe 20% of your thinking, of your time, and then you have to think about where you got to park, and I got to do this, I got to do that. It's like, oh my God, all of that is now been disseminated, and it's just like, they're decimated, and it's like, now, man, you're like 4 years old. Man, I got my life back finally. Okay, cool. That's so, yeah, wow. Yeah, wow. But, yeah.
So
And again,
you're-
everyone experiences it different. So that's, I'm not, everyone's got their own thing.
I mean, I agree to an extent. I mean, like just having time to watch stuff all the time is like outstanding, but I am certainly not, have not been as creative as you. It sounds like you're thriving through all of this.
Yeah, I'll say we're like about 7 months into this. What I've accomplished more in those 7 months than any other 7 months of my life, and we have about 17 more months potentially to go, and that's 17 more months of work that will never. I hope just that it can that the work can continue to be accomplished like this. But yeah, this has been truly amazing.
So do you think you'll be shooting anything during this? Like, do you find
my man, what are you talking about? We were just filming a couple days ago. When you die, dude, you ain't gonna come back to see no sun on a shining mountain. Or if you're lucky, man, you believe in reincarnation, you probably come back as a grasshopper. But most likely, man, you die, and it's like, damn, it's dark in here, man. So my high advice to you, man, is do everything you can, man, while you're on 2 feet.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, hell yeah, we're shooting. We just shot 2 days ago, my man.
What are the challenges of doing that during quarantine, though? That's what I was going to ask about.
Oh, well, obviously you have to do it safe. So of people speaking together or physically being together, it ain't going to happen. But just fortunately, just from this particular vantage point, we already shot those scenes, and so plus also the beauty of what's outside in the world, you can make films for the rest of your life about that. You do your music, beautiful leaves, snow, tree. It's endless. It's endless. All you got to do, you got 2 years to do it differently. Then you can go back to doing it the same way a couple years from now.
So are you writing stuff that is about right now, or are you writing stuff?
Oh no, I don't have time or interest in writing about anything what's going down right now, because of all the projects over the years are I don't know. Can you see those legal pads behind
Yes, yeah, I was wondering about those.
Yeah, those are well, there's boxes of legal pads. So you're not seeing all the legal pads, but those are all like scripts and projects and so forth.
Whoa.
And they're also in boxes too.
Yeah.
I just had that. I think the top one starts in 2006, and then it's going to go down to 2021. So each year are legal pads, and the blank spaces are in storage boxes. So I got to get those up there. So yeah, I ain't got the time for here and now, man. I've got responsibility for those behind me.
Yeah.
How do you prioritize which ones to act on?
It's what I psychologically feel at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and it changes with the seasons and so forth. And now, because when it starts to get November, I'm working on the suspense film. And when I say working on it, I've actually done, and then you type up all of the notes, the scripts, and there's hundreds of pages of suspense film, and then a film on theater. So that's what I'll be working on, those scripts. And actually, when I'm without getting into detail, I had to go hardcore, doing other stuff for other people, like scripts, this, that, the other. I had to go hardcore this summer, one morning after another, with all these screenplays. Got those done. Now, while filming and editing, trying to get a couple more full-length screenplays done this season, but we'll see. But yeah, always it's like some dude with a pipe looking up at the sky saying, yeah, I want to write the screenplay. Most of the work's done. It's just the keep putting it together, to keep polishing and so forth. So it's the antithesis of pipe dreams. But man, those legal pads, if you drop them on your foot, man, you probably break a toe.
I guess I know what the answer to this is, but for someone who's interested in filmmaking, I would assume you're going to say just get on your feet and grind. Is there anything else to it?
Yeah, absolutely, because the real reality of it is potentially you're going to find yourself in the void. You're going to find yourself that you're the sole person with your need to make this work, and everybody else is like, man, what are you talking about? And that's the void, because if you go bawling, everybody's on the same page. Everyone's laughing and bawling at, but you say you want to make a work of art, they're like, what are you talking about? So that's the void. and that can crush you, man, if you don't know how to handle it. So I'd be getting with like-minded people who appreciate, respect, and acknowledge what you're doing. I'd be studying. I'd be hitting those books, man, because the more you read, the more that becomes, whatever you put in you becomes your reality. And then you can fight the forces of indifference, and then you ultimately conquer the forces of indifference. So you saturate yourself like a heavyweight champion, like an athlete, like an author who writes 7 days a week, man. Nothing's going to change them. Nothing's going to change them. And they saturate, they learn, they study, they think, they surround themselves, with people with the same agenda. So that's important, man. So you're not like, what am I doing out in this lonely sea? I don't even see the shore at this point. You can't be doing that. You can't, you got to end up being the leader of your own life. You can't be a secondary character on the stage of your own existence, man. You can't do that. So this is your one opportunity. So you have to empower yourself, empower your beliefs, saturate yourself with the necessary knowledge, all of that stuff. And then it becomes your reality. You habituate yourself, you acclimate yourself to your needs, your desires, and so forth, and it'll get done. Oh, sorry about that, dude.
No, that was great.
It's good.
All I thought about was, man, I think all I do is watch stuff now. So that must be all I want to do. I hope that's all I want, because.
Well, you'll have that swimming around your mind, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We need to talk about the more scarier just for like 2 minutes, and then edit out some bullshit if you need to.
Okay.
No, please. We would love
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, because you know what? It's like, man, I did all of that talking and didn't even discuss the more the scarier 6. And I want to say that, like, when somebody presents something, there's always the fanfare of publicity, and that's sole purpose is to attract as many clients to your work as possible. And a lot of the publicity is hyperbole. It's obviously exaggerated, but again, it's just to garner attention. So if someone makes a new film, since we're talking about film, doesn't mean, oh my God, I can't wait to see this and that. And the filmmaker might be just saying, hey, look, man, this is just something that I was interested in writing. I'm not here to take over the world with it or that. And so like with the more the scarier 6, it's kind of like a intellectually abstract horror film. And when I say intellectually abstract, is that the abstract means that there's not an alliance typically with a concrete value. It's like abstract expressionism. There's no figurative alliance. And so with this film, it's having fun with melodramatic language, because real people don't speak like that, but you buy into it because it becomes the world of the film. And abstract also in the sense that it doesn't necessarily have to be in a coherent line of real reality, that other dimensions of artistic impulse can occur on the screen without an allegiance to hardcore narrative intent and so forth. So that's what I mean by that. And also when you do horror, you're allowed to explore other dimensions of creative impulses and so forth. So there's a reason why it's maybe not a person's interested in horror, but they're interested in the freedom and the exploratory realms that they can venture into. So there's reasons why people do it. It's not like somebody's into horror, but they're doing it for a psychologically contextual reason. And I just want to say, if I may, because we're talking about films and all that stuff, and like the more the scarier 6, it doesn't happen without people like Tim Hansen and Lila Obregon Wilson and Dan Wright and Corey Bova behind it, and Caroline Miller, because I'm doing all the talking, but they're working and collaborating and doing these things with me. So I just have to say that, man, and I'm very grateful to those guys for sure. And like I said, we'll just keep marching through this autumn, keep marching through the winter, and we'll get it done, and you'll be seeing it. So it's the more to scare your 6. So I appreciate that.
We'll make sure we have it on the shelves at Scarecrow when it comes out.
That would be nice. That makes my heart fond of you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, do you want to pitch your show again, your radio show for our listeners?
Sure. My radio show is Cinema Tonight, and it's Monday nights at riverwestradio.com from 6 to 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
Well, folks, you can rent Coven and the Dundee Project at Scarecrow Video whenever you want. The director, Mark Borchard, thank you for joining us today.
Hey guys, thanks a million and bless your hearts, man.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks again, Mark, for your time.
Yeah, that was a great talk.
Yeah, everybody look up Mark and look into his stuff. And I'd forgotten he was on Joe Pera, one of my favorite TV shows.
Yeah,
Joe Pera
it's
Talks
really
with
great.
You. It's not on disc, so whatever. But it should be.
If it was, we'd have it.
Feels like it should be on tape, honestly. Joe Pera, get on that if you're watching.
Yeah,
I know you're
especially
not.
if you're-
You're probably not, but
Also, just watch that show in general if you're feeling down.
actually, yeah. Not to just plug a bunch of other stuff that we don't have at the store.
Yeah.
But Joe Pera Talks with You is or talks with you. Anyway,
Talks with you.
is a great balm for 2020.
Yeah, it warms the heart.
Okay. Anyway, moving on back to us.
Back to us.
Back to
Thank
Scarecrow's
you,
Nonprofit. Thanks a
everyone
lot.
who has been donating.
Yeah. Go to the big
We've
board here.
been seeing a lot of support. We're at 7,194 right now, which is awesome. Our goal today is 15,000.
So if we can get to that. Once we get to 10, we got some pretty fun stretch goals coming up.
Yeah.
So let's
get to 10 so we can talk about these
weird it's a
and
surprise.
fun
So
stretch
yeah,
goals.
so start sharing this around, the link and everything, and keep that money coming in.
Yeah, links below. Check it out to donate, to go to our website to get more information.
Yep.
Even just about us in general.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to talk about our next segment. Are we ready to talk about that?
Oh, let me first do the shirt one more time. We got the.
This is how good it looks on a person.
This is me wearing it over another shirt, so it'll look better on better looking people. But it's a this rad design, and it's $26.
$26.
So call in and
a
order
steal.
one on our website as well. So links below again, and these buttons that I plugged earlier too, $5. Same thing. Call in, get them. So if you're in the area and you want to just order one and come pick it up, we got our pickup window open right now.
Yeah, you'll get it in a cute little bag. It'll be like you picked up food from a restaurant, but it's food for your soul.
Exactly.
And your body, I guess.
Aw.
That's a t-shirt. Food for your body.
Aw.
Okay. Our next segment is from a guy we know and love.
Tommy Swenson.
Tommy Swenson.
Yeah, Tommy Swenson, who used to work here, has been an Alamo Draft House person before, and is now, most importantly, running the Beacon Theater, Beacon Cinema, which is, if they're not now, they're planning like a reopen. So they're going to be doing like some sort of a reopen soon. It's a really awesome, independently owned theater down on Rainier in Seattle.
Yeah,
So,
they're awesome. They curate everything from the weirdest stuff to just some heartwarming favorites and everything in between.
Yep.
Go there when it's open again.
There's
you
an
can also
article
reserve
on,
it too.
Yeah, there was recently an article in The Stranger about them, so look that up.
Yeah.
That's more information than I remember from reading it. But
Yeah, Beacon Cinema. They're programming some mystery double features, I think, this month too. So you can either rent out the theater privately with you and your quarantine pod, or the people that you're sheltering in place with, or you can go and hit up one of their mystery screenings. I think they're limiting it to like 12 people in a theater. Very safe stuff, but I'm excited for that.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah,
cool.
support the Beacon.
So yeah, what we have coming up is a video from Tommy. He was kind enough to send us a thing. And what's the weather like outside right now?
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, we've been in here for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Rainy a bit.
It's rainy a bit and gray.
It's rainy and gray today. So
I don't know. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but anyway.
Maybe Tommy can connect it.
Yeah, here's Tommy. He's gonna hopefully clear that up.
Yeah.
Hi, Tommy here. When Kevin asked me to make a contribution to the Scarecrow Telethon, I immediately said yes. I love Scarecrow. I worked there for many years, and I have hard drives full of weird videos. What I neglected to do was ask any sort of follow-up questions about what they're going for here. So I've made a selection that I feel is in the spirit of telethons, which is really just sort of an extended compulsive viewing. So I'm presenting here to you now some short selections from the first day of the Weather Channel. in 1982. As a video clip, this seems really sort of so utterly substanceless, it might as well be either. If you stare hard enough, I think maybe some of the unspoken secrets of the universe might begin to leak through this doomed edifice of American culture. In a lot of ways, to me, this video feels like a transmission from a dead civilization. There's nothing about this clip that could really be described as funny, or entertaining, or important, or even particularly interesting. But still, it's a historical artifact, and I find it utterly compelling. There's something in that contradiction that speaks to what I really love about Scarecrow. Does anyone want to see this? No, but it exists. It exists, goddammit, so we will watch it. And at its core, what is Scarecrow but a home for videos that exist? So here is the first day of the Weather Channel.
What time does the weather come on? Anytime, on cable, on the Weather Channel.
Live. From Atlanta, Georgia, home of the new Weather Channel Network. And from Las Vegas, where the National Cable Television Association is opening its annual convention. This is the official inaugural program of cable television's newest 24-hour live network, the Weather Channel. Following this inaugural telecast, the Weather Channel's non-stop weather network will begin its service to the nation. And now from the ballroom of the Las Vegas Hilton Hotel, speaking before a gathering of leaders from cable television, advertising, and meteorological professions, and representatives of the press. Here is our master of ceremonies for this inaugural telecast, the president of Landmark Broadcasting and Video Enterprises, John O. Wynn.
Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to the inauguration of the Weather Channel, the cable industry's newest 24-hour service. Over the next several minutes, we'll introduce a couple of special guests to you, present you with some basic facts about the Weather Channel, conduct a press conference, and then we'll launch our exciting new service. Following our launch, we invite all of you to remain with us for refreshments in the rear of the room. Before introducing our special guests, I want to make an announcement that is extraordinarily gratifying to all of us that have been working on this project for now about 13 months. The Weather Channel has under contract, more than 4.2 million cable households, to our knowledge, the largest number yet announced at the launch of any cable service. This is fantastic for us, and also fantastic for the cable industry and its subscribers.
You know, this launch today here in Las Vegas is kind of fitting because everything comes full circle. It was 3 years ago at the NCTA convention here in Las Vegas that I first met John Coleman and heard of the idea of a weather channel. Today, that idea is becoming a reality. It's a tribute to one man's perseverance, John Coleman, and it's a tribute to a company's vision, Landmark Communications. But it is also another graphic example that cable delivers. This kind of specialized, indeed life-saving programming is available only on cable television because the name of the game in cable television is to identify a need, to identify an audience, and to market a programming package to that audience.
Thank you, Dubby. I'm taking advantage of
Probably the only time John Coleman will put me in my gravel voice on the Weather Channel. Our telecable built its first cable system in 1964. And that's a good many years before even Ted Turner discovered that cable was cool. Now, the Weather Channel will be the first national cable network that is also truly local. Now I'm pleased to present the man who conceived the Weather Channel, John Coleman in Atlanta.
Frank, thank you very much. And thank you to all of the people there in Las Vegas. Good evening to you. And a special hello to all of the viewers across the nation who are watching the first telecast on the Weather Channel network. This is a very exciting night for us. Here in Atlanta tonight, you may think it is a little pretentious of us to step in front of the curtain and take a bow before the first act has ever begun. There are two reasons why I don't feel that that is inappropriate. One of those is that we've had quite an act up to this point, though you haven't been in on it. We have switched here tonight so that you can see a little of the behind the scenes. What is the Weather Channel? Well, in truth, this is the Weather Channel. It's the people who are gathered in this room. Any business can be no better than its people, and these people are the strength of this company. They are professionals in television, in art, in meteorology, who have gathered from all parts of the country, become a team, honed their skills, gotten to know each other, learned to work at solving the problem of forecasting the weather for the nation and presenting that forecast in an interesting way. They are supported by a very high technology weather television operation. There's never been anything like it.
That was very restrained for John. This has been a real passion for him, and he's done a magnificent job of pulling it together.
Are you going to entertain us with music during these weather reports?
Yes, sir. Mr. Coleman?
There will be about 14 minutes of music per hour on the Weather Channel. Every 1 minute out of every 5, when we have the local forecast, you will hear music, and we're making a strong effort to see that it's varied, that it's current, that it's bright, that it's happy, that it's upbeat. And I really think that some people will stay tuned to the Weather Channel just to keep up with the music. They may begin to think of our meteorologists as part disc jockeys.
We'd now like to push the ceremonial button that's going to begin this service. Frank?
Before I do push the button, I'd like to say that it's been quite a challenge and an education also to start a national medium from scratch.
You're watching the Weather Channel. We're always right here thanks to your local cable system.
And good evening, America. Welcome to the Weather Channel, the non-ending Weather Telethon. I'm Bruce Edwards. Glad to be with you this evening.
And I'm Andre Bernier. Glad you can join us from wherever you're viewing across the country. Hello, everybody.
We were the fortunate pair that happened by the luck of the draw to choose this premiere showing of the Weather Channel. We're very pleased to be with you tonight. And without any further ado, let's get to the weather happenings across the nation. Headlining the weather news, it was a high plains heat wave today. As temperatures continue to soar up into the Dakotas, Mount Rushmore had to wipe the sweat off their brows because the temperatures warmed up. Look at some of these high temperatures. Williston, North Dakota. Crack team of meteorologists and artist producers in the back room. Stay with us. When the Weather Channel continues, we're going to take a look at the national forecast plus some local radars. But how do things look at the present time, Andre?
Well, we're going to take a look at those computer temperatures right now, and you'll see most of the upper plain states did very nicely today, and you see a shower activity beginning to move towards Worcester. A better look at that from the Worcester radar.
I can't remember when you weren't there, when I didn't care for anyone but you. I swear
We've been through everything there is. Can't imagine anything we've missed.
Hi everybody, I'm meteorologist Vince Miller. Here on the Weather Channel we show a number of satellite pictures each hour, mostly colorized, but occasionally in black and white. What do our satellite pictures show you? Well, that's easy. You either see clouds or the lack of clouds.
Bruce, you have clearance from this desk to take off into aviation weather.
All right, this is aviation weather, a pilot's pre-briefing. It is not a forecast, it's just a first look at the weather at the present time. Latest surface map shows some scattered showers in through the southern Appalachians, in from Asheville, North Carolina to Charlotte and Greensboro, and showers mixed in with snow showers through Washington and Oregon. Now, as we take a look at flying conditions there up the East Coast, some marginal visual flight rules are in effect for portions of New England. We have the freezing level at 12,000 feet, quite high, all the way up in through the northern Rocky Mountain states. Once again, we remind you that pilots are required to get up to the minute personal weather briefings.
Swaying in the summer breeze, showing off their silver leaves as we walked by. Soft kisses on a summer's day, laughing all our cares away, just you and I. Sweet, sleepy, warm of summer nights, gazing at the distant lights in the starry sky. They say that all good things must end someday. Autumn leaves must fall.
Stand by. We have our eye in the sky. More satellite pictures for you.
Anytime you tune into the Weather Channel, you know you'll be getting the official National Weather Service forecast for your community within 5 minutes. But do you know how we make that happen? It's our Weather Star. At your cable system headquarters, we've provided a specially designed Weather Star unit. And at the Weather Channel, we have its own electronic address. So whenever an official National Weather Service forecast for your community is issued, it zips through our computers, which address it to your Weather Star. And bingo, at the push of a button, there it is. Your local forecast every 5 minutes, only on the Weather Channel.
I'm going fishing.
So there you go. That's the first day of the Weather Channel. What did we learn? Nothing. Did we enjoy it? I don't know. Are we better for having watched it? I don't know. Is it better for having being seen? Definitely. So, Scarecrow.
Welcome back. Thanks for the weather report, Tommy.
Yeah, that was really informational, and I think we all needed it.
He is right though about the that it exists, so you're gonna watch it kind of thing. That is sort of one of the great things about a place like Scarecrow is that
we have it all, even if
even
if you don't need it.
Right.
Someday you might need it.
Exactly, and you might never need it, but it exists, and so therefore is important, or is at least.
This
anyway.
is a philosophy lesson.
Existential there, maybe?
Yeah, but just go with it. Lean in. Yeah. We want to thank some people.
Yeah, some of the donors, some of the people who've donated already. We've tried to be getting to just about everybody that donates during the day, but if we miss you, thank you anyway, and we love you even though we didn't say your name out loud live. So I'm just going to start here. I'm going to go through the list here of people who've donated. We got Dawn, thank you, Jefferson, Dave, Christopher, Camille, Patrick, Paul, Shannon, John, Sarah, Nicole, Aaron. It's like This is like a list of names.
Yeah,
just reading
they're all
a list of
really
names.
great names.
There's some
though.
comments here too. So Michael actually has a message here that says, "Thank you, Scarecrow, for working so hard to stay afloat in these difficult economic and turbulent times. We appreciate you. We appreciate you too,
We
Michael.
appreciate you.
Thank you so much." Alkai Surf Shop says, "Glad you're there." Dustin Noyes, thank you for the donation. Kara says, "John and Kara, formerly Not a Number in Wallingford, are huge fans. Both supported Scarecrow for decades since the small store on Latona. Stay home and watch video from Scarecrow."
Ooh, long time supporters.
I can't agree more. And then thanks to Andrew for your donation.
I also have some. Wiley says, "Thanks for everything, Scarecrow. Hold fast." We will, Wiley. Thank you.
We're doing our best.
Jeremy Graciela. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. It's a beautiful name. Agnes. "Sorry, I have a conflict during the telethon. Here's my donation in advance." Thanks, Agnes, for doing what you can when you can.
Sorry you're not watching now, but thanks for the donation.
You're going to miss the shout out, but thank you anyways, Agnes. Nisha. Nisha says, "Your commitment to showing us how far film and TV have come, where it is, and where it's going is why you continue to succeed. Seattle's so grateful for you. Thank you, Scarecrow." Thank you, Nisha.
Thank you.
Eric donated. Neil. Neil says, "Hey, just some funds to help out. Hope you are well despite the dark conditions." Thanks, Neil.
Well, it's bright in here right now.
Yeah,
The
it's-
lights are kind of hot.
Yeah, but I think our skin probably looks really good.
Comment on how good our skin
Yeah,
looks.
let us know how good our skin looks. Jamie donated. They say, "My husband and I moved to Seattle in 2001. After marveling at Scarecrow, we decided to buy a multi-region DVD player from your store. We sell these. Check it out."
Yeah.
It was the most expensive item we had purchased at the time besides our car. We got to watch 28 Days Later, Region 2 DVD in our crappy apartment before it ever reached the screens in the U.S. We still kid each other about it to this day. We thought we were the coolest kids in town. You know what, Jamie? You were the coolest kids in town.
Absolutely.
We think so. So also thank you, Annette. Thank you, Susan. And thank you, David.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you. But keep donating. Get some of those said, good, we're glad you're here during these turbulent times. We can't do it without support.
Yeah.
So
You
that's
guys
the
are
important
part
thing.
of it.
Either through donations or honestly like purchasing things too. So if you feel like giving us some money as a donation, that keeps us going. Get online, buy one of these awesome T-shirts. Get online, buy some horror movies. Give us a call. The phone lines are open.
Yeah,
It is a telethon after all.
Call us. Say hi. Tell us what you like about Scarecrow. Tell us what you would like to rent or what you would like to buy. We're ready and waiting to talk to you.
Yeah. So coming up next in our program, we've got Robert Horton. He's got a program called 60 Years of Psycho, How a Hitchcock Classic Stayed Alive. And it's going to be the first half. It's going to be half of it and then half of it later. So just so in case when it cuts away from it and it seems like it's halfway through a thing, it is. It'll be back though.
Yeah.
And he's a film critic. He's a Scarecrow board member. He's a great guy. He's been here. He does programs here when we're open normally, similar to this, where he shows a movie and then does a.
He knows what he's talking about.
He
You'll
absolutely knows what he's
definitely
talking
wanna
about, and this gets into everything. It gets into the Psycho, the sequels, Hitchcock, and even I think the Gus Van Sant remake that some people love, but I'm not a fan of. But some people are. Some
It's
people watching this
There's
right
some
now
parts.
There's some parts. There are
There's
some
some
parts.
parts.
Yeah, William H. Macy's very good in it. I will say
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I will say that. So yeah. Oh, and it says Scarecrow Academy is going to continue starting 10/31, which is Halloween, with the Art and Horror series. But anyway, without further ado, here's Robert Horton. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
Rolling.
Okay, welcome back.
Hey everybody! Thanks again. Look, we're at what is that number?
That's $8,351.
Nice, almost to 10.
We are over halfway to our goal.
We're
so
trying to get to 15. Again, when we get to 10, we got some cool stretch goals coming up.
So yeah, make the push to 10, and we'll do some fun stuff to make it to our goal. Hopefully,
Yes.
and more even.
So keep donating via the links beneath the YouTube page. Call us. I've been told that we hadn't said our phone number, so it's 206-524-8554. It should be on the YouTube information now as well. So you
Yeah.
can call. You can call too if you'd rather talk to a person than do the internet clicky.
Yeah, so call us 206-524-8554, and we do have a few more thank yous.
Yeah, we got some more thank yous. So we're going to get back to Robert in just a second, but we're breaking in. So, yeah, we have a few thank yous to do, so we're going to do more from our list here. So, Mary, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Chris. Chris says, it just warms my mind. Grapes knowing that a place like Scarecrow exists. So
Oh, I
thanks.
love
I'm
mind
glad
grapes.
you're. I don't know that I warm or are they better warm or cold?
I think they're
grapes
better
are better.
warm.
Okay,
Mind grapes though.
Oh right. Okay, so mind grapes are probably better warm. Okay, good. I just want to make sure Chris is doing okay.
Yeah.
Also, another Chris. Thank you, Chris. Troy. Troy's one of our is a big rent by mail guy. And Troy, we may later have for you a tour of the
Little behind the
rent by
scenes
mail
action.
office. Although it's really just my office where there's like some posters and stuff.
Most
of it's done on the internet, and it's not really very visually exciting. But maybe I'll show off my
Yeah,
office.
we're gonna do like an MTV Cribs look behind the scenes.
Yeah,
of
great.
Scarecrow.
Yeah, this is the perfect time to do that.
It is.
Yeah, and it'll be great. I forgot to change anything around, so it'll be
Oh my god,
raw.
well, we're gonna go in there with a black light.
Troy says, I will forever be grateful to Scarecrow for having a copy of Who Killed Teddy Bear starring the incomparable Sal Mineo. This donation is the least I could do to express my thanks. Also, there's a 50% chance I'll retire to Seattle in 8 years, and you guys are like 50% of the reason that might happen.
Cool.
So, thanks, Troy. Next, we have a longtime friend of ours, too, Amy Simon.
Amy.
And Amy, thanks for the donation, says, I love y'all. Scarecrow is my favorite place in all of Seattle, and I miss browsing the stack so much. I know you have private appointments, but that's not an option for me. And I thought it was apartments. I'm like, yeah, I know we all have a private apartment. Sorry, but that's not an option for me. Happy to have the mail order option to get discs, and stoked I can take part in virtual video store day, making purchases and tuning into some great content. Well, thank you for tuning into the great content. And it says, miss you, Scarecrow.
Oh, miss you, Amy.
Thanks, Amy. Miss you, too.
We also have Todd. He says, support Scarecrow. They're the last bastion of Grail holders. Do not let them go.
That's right.
That's a serious from Todd, and you know what? We respect his statement. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Judith. Ian says, thanks, Scarecrow. Love you lots. We love you. Leland. Thanks, James. James says, my wife and I are using our stimulus money to support our favorite local business and hoping this helps in tough times.
It does.
It really does. And that means a lot because all of that stimulus money that we never got. Okay. Luther says,
this is live.
Thank you, Scarecrow. Charlie, thank you, Charlie. And Woods says, sending out love to Scarecrow video and all of its fabulous fans near and far. Go Crow.
Thanks, Woods.
Thanks, Woods.
So everybody keep donating, keep buying stuff, call in. Again, these pins, these awesome pins, $5.
so cool.
T-shirts, $26. These are limited edition too. The pins, I don't know if they're limited. We only have a certain amount of them. So, but the shirts, once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
So get them now. Also the next, I can't remember how many people that donate $100 are going to be
act like it's 10.
Are going to be entered to win into a raffle drawing to win some of these as box
We
set
got
here.
this.
This one and
Bruce Lee's Greatest Hits and First Women Filmmakers Pioneers. Both of these are awesome.
Awesome box sets.
Criterion.
This great out-of-print
dang.
Mondo Friday the 13th poster.
This is so
Friday
rad.
The final chapter poster. Awesome poster. And also this bag. I'm not going to go through all of these, but this grab bag of stuff from
I see a Nirvana
from Sub
vinyl
Pop.
in there.
Yep. So very
Ooh,
cool.
Some Father John
Very
Misty.
cool giveaways. So yeah, $100 donation gets you entered to possibly get all this stuff. There is a hat in there.
This is rad. Yeah, definitely enter.
So yeah, do that.
Enter by donating. Look at the links below our videos where you can check it out. Again, you can call us 206-524-8554.
I was gonna say. And anyway, we're gonna get out of here for a bit and back to Robert.
Back to Robert. Thank you.
Thank